we were very impressed with all the announcements coming from the government that they want to double the farmers' income. They want to create an impact at the grassroots level. And we also felt that a lot of things that had to be done in urban India have been done in industrial. It's fairly saturated space. And farmer is the bulk of Indian population. It's the bulk of Indian economy, and they have just been left behind. So there's a ton of startups that we analyzed in the past few quarters. There are people who are trying to force technology onto the farmers. They have an app and they just say, wait, this app is for the farmer. When we went and spoke to the farmers, their biggest challenge was coming in training, in good quality inputs. And they also realize now that there has been an over chemicalization of agriculture. Mm-hmm. So they're saying, how much medicine or how much pesticide or how much nutrients I have to put, I don't know. So 1 year my crop, I'm doing knee-jerk reactions, but if you could help us get some good guidance at the grassroots level. What we've done is we've established a basic, say, framework, which is called the Krishika Kisan Marts.
Okay.
Through the lockdown, we have operationalized 4 of our Krishika Kisan Marts. We have appointed close to 20 Kisan Sarathis, which are trained agronomists. So we had a fairly intensive training session in Lucknow. We had a good core team of 4 very senior agriculture experts who worked with the whole team. Now we've spread the team out a few weeks back into these 4 centers which have been operationalized, 2 in Sitapur district, 1 in Barabanki and 1 in Ayodhya. So it's an interesting mix of locations centering around the heart of UP right now. It is the second generation of the younger lot, which is not pure farmers. The fathers are not using these smartphones. They're using those red button and green button phones. The sons and the grandsons are using the smartphones, but the smartphones are being used to watch a lot of social media content. They're still not using it for e-commerce. They're still not using it for actually checking their soil reports, which is available on the net through the government. And soil reports, soil testing is a big problem we could sense in the villages. So that on the government records, the soil has been tested, but the farmer has to log into the website to get his soil test report. And he's not very sure whether it's accurate or it's the neighbor's fields and the names got misplaced. So the other demand that has come to us, which we are helping roll out through our Kisan Marts, is mobile soil test labs, which can be tested in front of the farmers right there, and he gets a very, very quick report saying, okay, this is what the government report says or does not say. One is our Sarathis will help you check the government records. Like I said, first we started off with farmer training and farmer input availability through the Krishika Kisan Marts and the Kisan Sarathis that we have. That is step 1. This step, we want to take it to 50 next year, and we want to get to 150 very quickly in the next 3 years, totally. Mm-hmm. 5-year vision is getting pan-India, 500 outlets, but that's a pie in the sky. We'll get there when we get there. Mm-hmm. On the tech side, we want to really speed up our work on the data collection and on the algorithm for the AI bit. A lot of this data is going to be fed into a proper research-driven, university-backed, AI-driven insurance product, mm-hmm. which is something that we're working on. Again, these things move at their own pace, but the Kisan Mart format gives us the ability to feed a lot of data into this whole big data requirements. So we've already started seeding the idea with our staff with a third-party app. We've tried to work on the bones of our own app, but after speaking to the farmers, I think the uptake will be very, very gradual. So the initial model is our own Kisan Sarathis will carry our app, get the farmers to start using it, get a feel of it, and the Kisan Sarathi can kind of show him on his app saying, this is how it works. But we sense it'll be more gradual. The larger players, there are players, especially the European agri-input companies who are present in India. Some of them have their own apps. but the uptake has been very limited so far. We are going to focus in the first 2 years on Uttar Pradesh from where we started and various pockets of Uttar Pradesh because it's a very, very complex and big state. Like I was telling you, we are in discussions with Uttarakhand, and the format there could be slightly different. It will be more social and purely training based and use of organic inputs, and similarly in Chhattisgarh. So these are the 3 states that we're trying in the very, very near future for the first 2 years. So sometime in the second year, we will start fundraising.
Okay.
But we are very confident that we can be cash flow positive just on our own, whether the external money comes or not. We will need some growth capital because once the product has been polished, we want to go pan India and impact a lot many farmers. Let's say till a 250,000 to 500,000 farmer families mark, we have enough firepower to take care of this growth, which will be self-sustaining. It's stable on its own, and which is how the whole model is. It gives us the infra and outreach, and the margins that we are able to pass on to the farmers, yet it covers our costs. It's a fairly low-cost asset-light model. So if you were to ask me how much money in dollar terms,
Yes.
Let's say first year will take anywhere between $200,000 to $300,000, of which 150 has already been brought in.
Okay.
2 to 3 years, we expect to burn through close to $2 million, and it's kind of committed. But we would like to go for a larger fundraise where we would like to raise around $10 odd million, which can help us scale up to a very, very phenomenal size. So the initial model is that we've very carefully chosen our landlords. We pay them a rent, but they are co-stakeholders.
Okay, fair enough.
All the manpower, all the say soft work, which is including the ERP backbone and the customer relationship management backbone, the CRM backbone, all of that is ours. The manpower, training, products, everything is ours, and the landlord has given it to us on a subsidized rent basis. Rents in rural India are very low, so we've taken the premises on rent. All the branding is ours, but the landlords have been chosen who are, say, locally important farmers, and they themselves will benefit and they will help us. So there's a bit of a social angle there.